I guess I'll go ahead and talk about the person that told me about this. I haven't really investigated into it, so this is really going to be my first time investigating into it. But Billy Sykes, I'm going to be looking into Ben Gavir, even though I know most Israeli people do not really like him, because last time when we were on stream having a good faith conversation, a couple Israelis came into the chats. I believe most of them were former IDF members, and they were dropping super chats saying they don't like Ben Gavir. So we're going to be looking into everything that's going on because this is, I will say, this is a piece of picture that we should be looking at before the Nick 20 supporters and all those people get out there and get to this news because Ben Gavir is basically saying he's not going to allow the U.S. allegedly allow the U.S. to is the greatest of all time. I agree. I absolutely agree. But we'll be looking into a little bit of Israeli politics, Ben Gavir, and a couple other things. Maybe we'll even call it Israeli. Maybe we'll even call it an Israeli. And as far as this evening goes, sound is bad. What does it sound like? Can you hear me? Here, let me see. How's the sound on your guys' end? Can you hear me good or no? We can't hear you.
Okay, guys, sorry about that. That was a small technical difficulty. I fixed that already. Done, fixed that. It was connected to another audio device. It was connected to another Bluetooth device that I had on the connection. So sorry about that, guys. My bad. I apologize. I'll try to I'll try to double check that moving forward. But as I was saying, shout out to Billy Sipes because we had a good faith debate conversation the other day. He came on stream and we had a conversation for about an hour or so. And we talked about politics, and he wants me to look into Ben Gavir, which I guess is like the Israeli self defense, or not the self defense, the Israeli weapons defense minister or something like that. Here, let me tell you guys what his official title is. I don't want to be speaking out of my head. Hey, what's up, Great Jen? How you doing, man? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. We got almost 20 people in here already, so if you guys can do me a favor, double tap that like button, get the likes up. But let me just go hop on to the Discord real quick so I can pull up some of the information. I mean, I guess we don't need to go on Discord to find it. We can just look up Ben Guyver, right? Two wings, one bird. No, no. Okay, so Ben Guyver is an Israeli politician and lawyer who serves currently as the Minister of National Security. The Minister of National Security in Israel. So apparently, this guy is saying that he doesn't want a ceasefire and that he's not going to allow the U.S. to have a ceasefire, and he wants to go after Lebanon. He's kind of trash talking, I guess, President Trump in some ways or another. That's Ben Guyver. But I really want to get into Ben Guyver and all these politics before all you Nick Fuentes supporters and all you weirdos get on to talking about this stuff. I want to get ahead of the curb. The USA and Israel are not the same. They're not the same. And most Israelis, from what I've seen, do not like Ben Guyver. Italy does not like Ben Guyver. I don't think most of the world likes Ben Guyver. So I would actually probably argue that Ben Guyver is probably worse than Benjamin Netanyahu. But as far as Benjamin Netanyahu, I don't really see too much issues with supporting him because he doesn't. The only thing is he's friends with Ben Guyver. That's a small thing, but as far as this guy controlling Israel or controlling Trump, I would say he can't do that because Benjamin Netanyahu has more power. Donald Trump, of course, has way more power. So Trump is like salt on a fine steak. He is the best. Yeah, no, that's a great analogy. That's a real elegant analogy. Uh, Israel does give us plenty of stuff, brother. But Ben Guyver, I'm not saying all Israeli politicians are good. Ben Guyver is probably like the evil Dick Cheney of Israel. I don't know. I don't know about Ben Guyver. What I do know is about the USA and about Donald J. Trump. And even though Trump does stuff I disagree with, he's the best president we've ever had. I mean, all these people are talking about the economy, this, the economy, that. I see the economy doing a lot better than it was under Joe Biden. And every single person complaining about the economy, when I call them out for being unskilled or lazy or a drug addict, and they say, oh, actually, I'm none of those things. I'm doing fine. And I'm saying, well, if you're doing fine, if everyone's doing fine, that's not lazy and that's not a drug addict, then how is the economy doing bad? I'm just wondering. Everyone that puts in I've never seen a person work as hard as possible and put 100% effort in and ever fail at their, at providing for themselves. Never. I don't think that's possible. Look how quiet they were when gas was under $2, and look how quiet they are about the stock market soaring. Oh, here we go. Colt. I already heard it 100 times before. You couldn't even describe a Colt if I gave you $1,000. Is anyone not throwing shade at Trump at the pump these days? Me. If you want to say F the stock market, that's your fault for not investing. You don't have to be rich to invest in it. You can't just say F Trump stock market. You can be poor and invest in the stock market. Listen, we are a community. I could make my own name up for our community. We are our own subsect of MAGA Republicans. The people that follow me and are in their Discord in our community, they're like a subsect of MAGA. I could call us I don't know what I could call us. I don't know what I could call people that follow this subsect of MAGA that we're in. But what I can say is we'll just call each other MAGA for now. We're just MAGA. So as MAGA, we should come together and unite. How many other MAGA channels are out there that are live streamers? Like, really, how many other ones out there are there? That's because they want to silence them all. That's exactly why. They don't want them to talk. They've offered they've offered to buy me multiple times. One Democrat tried to invest into the company and say, you know what, I'll invest into the Euro and travel political brand. And I said, hell no, I ain't taking no Democrats' money because then they're gonna start pushing Democrat values. Another one tried to buy me and have me work for him full time. And that bullshit kind of money I already seen a long time ago when I was like 15 years old. So I ain't taking that bullshit. Trump was right about everything. Do you guys miss the flag? Do you miss the flag, guys? Yes, we got a brother from Israel. Shalom, brother. But let's get up to 25 likes, guys. We can do it. And don't forget to subscribe because we are posting a new video series soon. We are posting a new video series soon. We're going to be making a Chud the Builder video series. So if you guys want to see this video series, please, please, please support it. Because I will say I have been inspired by a couple video creators. I have been inspired by a couple debaters and video creators. The one I'm looking at right now is Poetic Flocka, whatever his name is. He used to be on No Jumper. He was the fat black dude. I really always thought he was a geek and he was a nerd. But when I seen how successful he's doing off his videos, I was like, damn, this guy has the worst freaking personality. No one wants to hear this left-wing garbage. I'm good, how are you? So that's inspired me to make my own videos about Shut the Builder. Since there's all these left-wing garbage videos about it, why can't I make my brother? Waka Flocka Flame! Waka Flocka Flame! If you are still saying that Trump is a PDF file with no evidence, I think it's safe to say that you are retarded. You are a retard. I'm not using that as an insult. I'm using that as a mental diagnosis. It's safe to say if you're calling people PDF files and the president PDF files without evidence that you have lost all your fucking brain cells and you're retarded. That's my actual medical diagnosis. So how many damn cups do you got, Jesus? Just 2 cups. Just 2 cups. How am I scum? You don't know me. You don't know me. How am I scum? Trump #1, facts over craps. Oh, if Trump followers have such low IQ, then why don't we debate? We can debate anything you want. We can debate why we need to deport all the illegal alien immigrants. We can debate any kind of policy you want. Socialism versus capitalism. Or we can debate why, trans women should not go into women's bathrooms because they are men. We can debate whatever you want. We can debate why we should stop putting all these transgender cartoons and homosexual cartoons on TV for children. We can debate a lot of different stuff. There's a lot of different topics we can debate. Losers hate Trump. You're cool with minorities that are legal, right? How are you a minority? White people are 11% of the world's population. You might be a minority in the neighborhood in the country you live in, but you're not a minority in reality. You're a majority. Easy fixes debates inflation? Sure, we can debate inflation. I would love to debate inflation. We want the Joe Biden files? Yeah, we do want the Joe Biden files. We do want the Joe Biden files. I mean, I just don't understand how anyone in their right mind could be saying, "Oh, the country's doing so bad, the economy is doing so bad." 10% of my state is millionaires. 1 out of 10 people in my state are millionaires. And I believe the number is even higher than that. I would believe 1.5 or 2 out of 10 people are millionaires in my state. So I don't know how the economy is doing bad. Every single person that's putting in a little bit of effort is doing very, very well. Trump's economy is booming. The poor people in America are not poor relatively to the rest of the world. Millionaires do care about the price of food and gas, but anyone that's making any real money is not going to care if the gas goes up $30 more a month. Anyone that makes any kind of decent amount of money is not going to care that gas went up $30 a month when gas used to be way higher than that. No one's really going to care. And with this new virus coming out, I'm not falling for any tricks that they're going to pull again. I'm not saying it's real. I'm not saying it's fake. Unless you're literally driving for work and you're driving thousands of miles a week, there's no way that your gas went up $40 a week. Ilhan Omar gotta go. She gotta get deported. Ilhan Omar gotta get deported. She did not assimilate. Cultures that can't assimilate in our country gotta go. Now, historically, there is only 2 major things that our founding fathers and our previous presidents throughout the history of our country wanted for legal immigration. Number 1 is when you come into this country, you're not going to be put on welfare as soon as you enter in. You're not going to be giving any public benefits. You're not going to be giving any government money. And number 2, historically speaking, is you have to assimilate to the country, the cultures, and the laws. And if you can't, then you got to go. Is that so hard to understand? There is no cultural enrichment in America. We have every single culture already in America. We have every single nationality pretty much in the world, including North Korean, in America. We don't need any more cultural enrichment. So you can't use that excuse. They're economically net negative, There's not a single source on this earth, if you include their children and all the total cost of the family, illegal alien immigrants are a massive net negative. And even if you don't include them together as a family, if you include them on the individual level, just the main household provider of the family, they're still a net negative. So it makes no sense. It makes no difference. Makes no difference. Immigrants do not qualify for welfare. They can get welfare through legal family members in the household, like their anchor babies. They can get food stamps, and their children going to public school system cost $18,500 a year per child. And by the way, they do qualify for public welfare. If there's over 15 states that provide full coverage health care for illegal alien immigrants for free. That is welfare. So saying that they don't get welfare is a blatant lie. You are a liar, sir. You're uneducated. You don't know what you're talking about. I've heard the same excuse over and over again. And we don't call illegal alien criminal bastards immigrants because immigrants do qualify for benefits. But illegal alien criminal bastards, they do not qualify. So they're not the same. We're already winning in the midterms. You just got embarrassed because you don't know what you're talking about. If you want to debate me about illegal alien immigrants, you can join the Discord. But they are the scum of the earth. They cost our country hundreds of billions of dollars a year. And you can't. Can y'all hear me or no? Hello? How is Israel evil? Israel is not evil. What are y'all talking about? I just don't know why my Starlink doesn't fucking provide a stable fucking connection. Like, what the fuck? I'm literally just about to fucking discontinue that shit. Because that just pisses me off like on a 10 out of 10 fucking level. Does anyone know why Starlink is so fucking trash? Anybody? Ripped off by Elon. It's actually good. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Because the connection is like 10 out of 10 right now. But maybe it's just the fact that fucking satellites move around so the connection fucking changes. Like, the satellite needs to stay in place, I think. I don't know. I got the mobile Starlink. I got the mobile Starlink. Maybe I need the household Starlink. Maybe this is like the dog shit one. Someone in chat said they have Starlink, but it's great. There is no genocide in Palestine. We've been over this 100 times over. There is no genocide in Palestine, my friend. Long live Israel! Long live Israel! Long live Israel! Love Trump from South Korea? That's awesome, man. That's awesome. No such place as Palestine. Long live Israel. I'm with you. I'm with you. $7,000 plus. Stop faking with me. APAC didn't give me nothing. APAC didn't give me nothing, but go ahead and join that Discord. Who is cutting off access to public water? Who is? Long live the Iranian Revolution. I'm all up with you, brother. I'm all up with you. I can't even remember what we were. I know history. Israel's been there for thousands of years. How long do I think Israel has had claim to the land? Well, this is a historical fact about 1800 years before Jesus died. In Palestine, the Arabs didn't come to Israel until 600 years after Jesus died. So the Arabs came to Israel about 2,500 years after the Jews came there and were living there. And all the Jews never left. Now, the smallest the Jewish population ever grew to in Israel was about 5,000, but they never left. There's 5,000 Jews that never left Israel. That is a fact. That was during the Crusades. The numbers of Jews got torn down to about 5,000. But those 5,000 Jews, they stood strong. Palestine has not been there for thousands of years. Palestine has been there for roughly 1,400 years. So, no, Palestine hasn't been there for thousands of years. Arabs weren't even in Israel until 1,400 years ago. So, how does that make any sense? I would have to agree that it does make society weak. Who lived in Jerusalem in the 1920s? I don't know. Israelis and Arabs? Leftists make society weak. Atheists make society weak. I'm telling you all historical facts. Do I need to send you guys a fucking map of when the Arabs came into Israel and show you? Israel was formed as a country after World War II. It was a nation for thousands of fucking years. Just like Palestine was never a country, Palestine became a nation state in 1988. Israel has been a nation state for thousands of years. Thousands of years. Do I support ICE? Absolutely. I love seeing where's the SmackDown going on right now. There's a SmackDown going on right now in I don't know what state, but ICE is fighting against leftist civilians. It's hilarious to watch the leftists get you know, done up by ICE. Taxation is inherently theft. What is the difference between a nation and a country? Well, a country has a military and full independence. That's what I would say. But I'm sure if I Googled it, I could find something that would probably say something maybe. Trump 2028, yeah. Atheists make this country weak. Atheists are weak. Atheists are weak. They don't believe in anything. They're nihilistic. Atheists are nihilistic. They don't believe in anything. If they can't even believe in a higher power, then how are they going to believe in themselves? Most of them don't believe in themselves. I don't care if you're a school teacher. I don't care if you want to be an entrepreneur. I don't care if you're a firefighter. I don't care if you're a cop. Whatever you are, whatever you do, you have to believe in yourself to achieve the highest level in your field. You have to believe in yourself to get to that top echelon of firefighters, policemen, businessmen, entrepreneurs, whatever. So if you're nihilistic and you're atheist and you believe, there's no afterlife, that's going to probably not make you want to procreate. That's probably not going to make you want to be very entrepreneurial. That's probably not going to make you want to help people. Well, also, where do you get your morals from at that point? Do you get your morals from what your family's morals are, from what other humans' morals are, from, you know, your society? Palestine was never a country. What year was Palestine a country? Are you talking about the British Mandate? A mandate is pretty much a state. It was the British Mandate of Palestine. That would be like saying the country of Israel and the state of Palestine. You can keep crying all you want. You're not going to change history just by spamming it a bunch of times. Palestine was never a freaking country. And Palestinian isn't even a nationality, it's not an ethnicity. Because if a Palestinian person takes a DNA test, it just says that they're Egyptian, Lebanese, or Syrian. It does not say that they're Palestinian because there's no such thing as Palestinian DNA. Hello, Kindred. We already know why Trump was in those files because he was the only reason Jeffrey Epstein went to prison. Thank you, Donald Trump. We already know why Trump's in those files because he's the only reason. He's the only reason. Palestinians who? Yeah, who? What Palestinians? What are Palestinians? Let's get to 50 likes. If you guys have any questions, comments, anything you guys want to talk about, you can drop some super chats. If anyone wants to call in, we'll do a $25 call in. First call in, $25. That is a deal, y'all. That is a deal. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people mad because I'm saying the facts. When you say the facts, they're gonna want to silence you. They're gonna get mad. We haven't been streaming that long, but I don't know why my likes matter to you. You don't benefit off of them. Yes, there's an orange guy on the flag. There's an orange guy on the flag. We're just gonna do a couple minute call in. If you want to debate about anything, if you want to tell me why, if God isn't real, if y'all atheists out there think God isn't real, then prove it to me. Prove it to me. You're always asking me for proof. Then prove to me God isn't real. Prove it. Because according to you, if you can't prove something is real, then it ain't real. So according to me, if you can't prove something's not real, then it is real. Like I can say no one's ever seen a purple alien before because no one's ever reported seeing a purple alien before. But you can't say no one's ever seen Jesus before because there's countless reports of there being so. Jesus being alive is a historical fact, and the fact that some atheists can't even comprehend that, rather you believe Jesus is the Son of God or not. Jesus was real. Trump did not steal your EBT. He just stopped you buying sugary snacks and drinks on your EBT. No more buying sugary snacks or drinks on your EBT. We got enough 600-pound children. We got enough 600-pound children. We don't need any more. We don't need any more. But double tap that like button, guys. Double tap that like button. Let's get the likes way, way up there. Why would Trump or any political politician have to care about me? I don't want them to care about me. I want them to care about their country, about their state, about their city, and do what's the best for that. Not for me. Not for me, but for the country, the state, the nation. So whenever you think that the government's job is to take care of you and care about you, what's your debate? It ain't. That's not the government's job. The government's job ain't to care about you. Listen, you can get the call-in information as soon as y'all drop the super chat. The $20 super chat. We'll let you call in for a couple minutes. Who takes our tax money? The illegal alien immigrant bastards that are stealing all of our jobs and all of our taxpayer dollars? No, religion and politics have always been a thing. Guess what? Our founding fathers literally Sure, I'll do 20, 40 minutes if you want. But what was I going on about before that? Oh yeah, our founding fathers literally created a Bible to teach kids in school. To teach kids in school. So, I mean, what else do you want me to say? To say to keep religion and politics away from each other, that's never been the case. Never been the case. That's exactly why we shouldn't let radical. That's exactly why we shouldn't let radical Muslims in the country. Bible does not teach genocide. The only religion that teaches genocide actually is radical Islam, if you actually follow the Quran. That's the only religion that teaches genocide. Only religion. The only reason the Crusades even happened is because of 500 years of Muslim persecution. That's why the genocide, or that's why the crusade happened. That's why the crusade happened, brother. I love the haters, man. I love the haters. Haters are always better than silence. I don't care if you are a priest. Telling people that the Bible promotes genocide is a lie. I don't care what your title is. Saying that is just a blatant lie. Well, we can get 5 more likes. We can get to 50, guys, easily. I never surrender, just like Donald J. Trump. I never ever surrender. You can try to assassinate me. You can try to put me in prison. I'm never going to surrender to these fucking Democrats. Never. Never in a million years. Me and Trump both. But we're almost to 50 likes, guys. 50 likes. Let's get up there. Listen, atheism is nihilism. Being a liberal is nihilism. It is. It's self-hatred. It's self-loathing. Because you're always complaining about the Trump economy. I've had some grown-ass men that were 50-something years old and saying, well, who's going to be doing well in this economy? I started listing like hundreds of people I know that are doing fantastic in the economy right now. And he says, well, of course it's possible, but for the average Joe, it's just not possible. What the fuck are you whining about? These are average Joes. All these people I know that came from living out of their cars to making hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars a year. If they're saying that they could do it again today and it would be easier, then if they said they could do it again today and it would be easier. Isn't this type of loyalty to Trump slash MAGA adultery? No, adultery? No, it's not. Because it's not worship. It's not worshiping a false idol. It's nothing on a sexual fucking nature. It's not worshiping a deity. It's nothing like that. I already started this live stream off by saying there's things I disagree with Trump about. Especially being Trump doesn't really practice repentance. He does practice repentance. You can't take a fucking joke. You can't take a sarcasm. You can't take what's the word for it? Believer in God slash Jesus and the USA, by the way. Well, it's kind of unchristianly, and it's also a sin to judge another man's faith. Don't know if you knew that or not, but it's sinful to judge another man's faith. Um, but no, this is not adult. This is nothing with idol worshiping or anything of the such. They took our germs. Yeah, I'll say it out loud. It's true. It's funny. It's from South Park, sure, but it's true. You can join my Discord if you want to debate me, but if you want to call in right here, right now, you gotta drop a $20 super chat. But if you want to get in for free, we can do a vetting process. You can join the Discord. We can get to know you. We can get to know your story. We can get you on here to debate for free. Just join the Discord. Or if you just want to call in real quick, drop a $20 super chat. We'll let you call in real quick. You won't have to do all that extra work. But let's get to 100 likes, guys. 100 likes. 100 likes, guys. 100 likes. January Sixers getting paid. That's what I'm talking about. January Sixers deserve their reparations. January Sixers deserve their reparations, and they're going to get them. And as far as the midterms, it's looking like Trump won 38 states. Donald J. Trump endorsed a bunch of candidates, and 38 of them won the midterms. It ain't looking good, Democrats. It ain't looking good. It ain't looking good. Listen, y'all are spamming the hell out of the chats. If you guys got any questions, comments, just drop a super chat. Bye, Kindred. I'll see ya. America would fall if people like Biden still governed. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All Israelis didn't leave Israel. Tards don't have $20. You're right, they don't have $20. Some of them are crying about $20. I mean, y'all should get the fuck out of here if you're crying about $20. Go work. Go mow someone's fucking lawn or something. Get yourself $20. Do I think Muslims are wrong? Yeah, they're wrong in the form of their religion, absolutely. But if I had to say what's worse, an atheist or a Muslim, that's gonna be hard. That's gonna be hard. I think they might be equally wrong. I think they'd probably be equally wrong, to be honest with you. I get it. I wouldn't pay $20 to debate me and get embarrassed either. That sounds like a horrible offer. Atheists or Muslims, both are going to hell. Go cut some grass, tards. I'm not judging others' religion. I'm telling you where they're going after they die. They're going to hell. Are you inbred? I mean, you use some kind of a freaking weird letter for that. No, I'm not inbred. I'm not from Australia. I'm not related to a bunch of British prisoner colonizers or a bunch of British prisoners. I mean, imagine actually being freaking Australian and calling someone inbred. You're related to a fucking criminal. The entire country was a criminal colony. Britain took all the British prisoners they didn't want and threw them on one fucking island. That means you're literally related to probably, I don't know, a human trafficker, a rapist, a murderer. I don't know. That's hilariously fucking ironic. I'm related to doctors and lawyers, and you're related to the fucking prisoners. You're related to an entire fucking prison colony. Imagine think Imagine thinking that you're inferior, you're superior to an American. Imagine thinking you're superior to an American and you're from a fucking prison colony. You're from a prison colony, mate. You're from a prison colony. Big fan of your streams. Keep up the good work. Yeah, sure sounds like it. Sure sounds like it. No offense to the Australians. There's a lot of good ones out there, but I don't think talking about anyone's genetic makeup is exactly, going to be your areas of specialty. A dingo ate me baby. A dingo ate me baby. Yeah, after you came here as a prison colonizer or whatever you want to call them. Literally got exiled from a fucking prison. What about Charlie Zion Robinson? Are you a Zionist? How the hell are you verified? You got less subscribers than me. I don't care if Trump is related to a German, okay? And you should visit the USA. Do I support AIPAC not being registered as a foreign lobbying group? Yeah, I do because they receive $0 from Israel. $0 from Israel. People pay for their verification? I didn't even realize that was possible. I don't really care. I mean, that's not all Germans. A furry trans lover unalived Kirk. Muhammad isn't anyone's savior. He's a PDF file. It says right there in the Quran or in the Hadith. I don't have a ghostwriter. I'm just that intelligent. I don't gotta pay a ghostwriter for talking points. I got plenty of my own talking points. Tyler Robinson, get in that needle. He's gonna be on the needle in Toronto. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Nothing violent, of course. We would never say that. Trump is already going to be president in 2028. That's the bad news for y'all. Y'all don't even realize Trump's going to be president in 2028. The USA does not need Mark Carney. Mark Carney has destroyed Canada. Dude, the fuck? Mark Carney belongs in prison. It's all idolatry. Also, Christians can judge Donald J. Trump. God says to rebuke false prophets. Ephesians 5:11. Agree Kirk was actually Christian. I'm not going to judge another man's faith. If they say they're Christian, they're Christian. It literally talks about this in the Bible. If you want me to give you a specific Bible verse, I can look it up. But only God judges your faith and your religion when you die and go to heaven. That's not for another man to decide. And no, you're not supposed to judge another person's religion. That is sinful. Do you need a Bible verse to prove that? Trump is not a false prophet. He's never claimed to be a prophet. So I don't know what kind of logic this is. What had Donald J. Trump what prophecy did fucking Trump make? How is he a false prophet? What prophecy did Trump make? How is Trump a false prophet? He never made a fucking prophecy. But can we get to 100 likes? Make sure you guys subscribe, share. Don't swipe away because you ain't gonna want to miss this. AI, no, no, no. Y'all are so quick to judge another man's faith. If you were really that Christian and you were really that faithful to God, you would be reading the Bible and you wouldn't be judging another man's faith. I guess I gotta pull out a Bible verse for y'all because y'all are getting really sinful right now. Let's pull up one for you. Romans 14:1-4. It states, "Except the ones whose faith is weak, without quarreling over disputable matters, who are you to judge someone else's servant to their masters? Servants stand or fall." Romans 14:1-4. You don't read the Bible, you're not a Christian. So stop judging someone else's faith. Romans 14:1-4. It states, "Except the one whose faith is weak without quarreling over disputable matters. Who are you to judge someone else's servant to their own master? Servants stand or fall." So if you're a Christian out there judging and saying Trump's faith is weak or he doesn't have faith in Christianity, it says clear as day in Romans, you're not supposed to be judging his faith because it's up to his master who will stand or who will fall. So don't sit here and preach to me about how Trump isn't a Christian and you're a real Christian because that's contradicting the Bible. Those kinds of statements are contradicting Christianity in itself. You're doing a demonic action. And saying someone else isn't Christian, once again, is unchristianly. It says right here in Romans 14, 1 through 4. It states, except those whose faith is weak without quarreling over disputable matters. Who are you to judge someone else's servant? To their own master's servant stand or fall. So, get us to 100 likes, though. Get us to 100 likes. Imagine still saying the UK is actually a good country instead of just moving out of there. Like, all the British people should just leave the UK. Your country has fallen. It doesn't have anything to offer. Anyone that has any type of money has left the UK, unless they're a politician. But can we get to 80 likes? Listen, if anyone else wants to question Christianity or Trump's faith, go ahead and drop me a super chat question or comment and hit me with it. But I think I proved my point pretty well. Abortion supporting libtards calling people fake Christians is hilarious. The UK is now the MK, the Muslim kingdom. Yeah, I've been to the UK. Oh, have you ever? You're talking shit about my country. Have you ever been to it? Yeah. Yeah, I've been to over 20 countries. I've been to your country, but you haven't been to America, so shut the fuck up about my president. Simple as that. UK is not fine. Especially London. That shit is collapsing hard as fuck. Gas prices aren't high. If you count for inflation, Obama's gas prices would be $15 in today's money. What do the Gospels disagree about Trump's, or not Trump? What do the Gospels disagree about Jesus' resurrection? Stop engaging with him. You are engaging with me by telling me to stop engaging with me. How about instead of crying, you come engage with me? Guess who's in the files? A bunch of Democrats. Hakeem Jeffries got $250,000 from Jeffrey Epstein the day him, Barack Obama, and Jeffrey Epstein met. But nobody's talking about that, are they? Nobody's talking about that. Yeah, of course. People giving death threats. I don't give a damn about death threats. Come and do it. We'll find out who's really about that. We'll find out pretty quickly. My name ain't Nick, and I ain't even here exposing Islam. Dems are evil. Fuck Nick Fuentes. I'm gonna say that loud and proud. Everyone go, if you follow him on Rumble, go tell him your own travel said fuck Nick Fuentes. He's not American first. He's Democrat first. He said in 2022 to vote Democrat in the midterms. Now he's saying we should impeach Trump. Now he's saying the midterms coming, we should vote Democrat. Like, what the fuck? This guy's never been a conservative. Look at his history. He's tricking y'all. He's a government grifter. He works for an intelligence agency. He either works for an intelligence agency or a media company. When you're a content creator that does political stuff, way before you get to his level, multiple people are gonna approach you and try to either invest in your channel, or they're gonna come and try to buy your channel. Look up instances of Trump denouncing his own Christianity. I believe you have a fighting Peter spirit, but you aren't fully educated. You aren't fully educated. You didn't even quote me a Bible verse back. I'm going to read the Bible verse to you again because you ain't listening to the words of God. You're listening to your own personal feelings and opinions. Romans 14, 1 through 4. It states, "Except the ones whose faith is weak without quarreling over disputable matters. Who are you to judge someone else's servant? Who are you to judge someone else's servant? To their own master, servants stand or fall." That's not up to you to decide. That's not up to you to decide. That's up to the master to decide who stands or who falls. You better look inside yourself and realizing criticizing someone else's Christianity is not going to be a helping matter. First off, and second off, you're just trying to prove your dislike for Donald J. Trump. If he's reading Bible verses, if he's trying to show the country and tell the country to stand by Christian values, then that's perfectly fine by me. He has made jokes before in the past. He has made giggles. He has said stuff like, "Oh, I don't think I'm going to make it to heaven." A lot of Christians doubt themselves going to heaven. Rather, they have full committed faith or not. This is like a thing where you're wondering if you're worthy or not, because humans make so many sins, and real Christians realize that. Uh, this guy says right here, Nick Fuentes didn't have premarital sex, so he's more Christian than Trump, who's married 3 times and cheated on all 3 of his wives. Well, that's irrelevant, because if you're a Christian, you would know that all sins are treated equally. So just because Trump has unmarital sex, and Nick Fuentes is curses and uses the N word and treats black people poorly, those sins are created equal under God's eyes. Rather, Nick Fuentes tells one tiny lie or Trump has premarital sex. All sins are equal under God's eyes. So, no, Nick Fuentes is not more of a Christian than Donald Trump. Committing one bad sin doesn't make you more or less of a Christian, because all sins are created equal under the eyes of God. So, you're wrong again. You don't know the first thing about Christianity. There's only one sin that's not treated equally. There's only one or two. The first 10 commandments, I believe, are all treated the same. But there's only one sin that's unforgivable, and that's suicide, because you can't repent and ask for forgiveness after you die. That's what some Catholics believe, and some Christians as well. But I don't give a fuck about Nick Fuentes. I know he's not a true Republican. I know he's not a true Christian. I know he's not a true conservative. He's not. He's a Catholic. So we're not even talking in the same type of Christianity that I really even believe in. And like I said, I'm not even judging his Christianity. He's just a Catholic. I mean, you've seen all the stuff that the Pope has done. How can you be a Catholic at this point? Well, I still respect it, but the Pope is very, very, very liberal. He's almost a radical leftist. I'm not evangelical either, so you guys don't have to keep spamming evangelicals are not Christian, because I believe they are Christian, but I'm not evangelical. So I really don't care. How does Trump suck? Because you say he sucks? Anyway, get us to 200 likes. These are brain dead ass comments. Drop some real super chat questions or comments. Yes, I'm Christian. Yes, I believe the president is Christian. But we've already been over Romans 14, 1 through 4. We've already been over Romans 14, 1 through 4. So no. MAGA! Listen, MAGA, we need more MAGA on our side. If you guys want to stand with our country and you want to stand with me, then you should join my Discord, especially if you're a person with a certain subset of skills that can be used to help us fight against a lot of these evil people out there. We can definitely use you on our team. If you want to be on the fighting side of good, you can join that Discord link right down there below. Or if you want to debate and you're a Democrat, you can join that Discord down there. We have both. We have all kinds of political parties. This is a open platform where anyone can talk about anything they want, as long as they're not doing anything illegal or saying anything criminal. We don't care. Or against TOS. Why do I think the Pope is a liberal? Because he believes in mass migration and he's against all wars? Mostly because he loves mass migration and open borders. Civilians will always die in war. It's an unfortunate thing. It doesn't mean I'm going to stop supporting Israel. I love legal immigrants. I just don't like mass migration with a bunch of illegal alien immigrants. I know the UK loves that kind of stuff, but I don't. I know the UK loves the kid diddling, the radical Islam, all that kind of stuff, but I'm not a fan of it. Not a fan at all. Palestine isn't even a real country. That's why they stole their flag from Jordan. Why would JD Vance be ashamed of his wife? These people have a blind obsession over Jews. Jews. The Jews ain't running the world. The Jews ain't running America. The Jews ain't running Donald Trump. The Jews ain't keeping you poor. You're keeping yourself poor because you're an idiot. You're incompetent. You don't know what you're doing. Jews aren't running politics. Jews aren't the reason Thomas Massey lost the election. It's because he's an idiot. He's incompetent. He couldn't raise more money than his opponent. He lost because he wasn't properly prepared. I mean, I can go on and on and on. Israel has helped us way more than we've ever helped them. They've designed our agriculture water system for our feeding of our plants and our crops that lowered water consumption by 50%. They built some of our plate carriers for our bulletproof vests. They've upgraded our aircraft carriers, our Air Force. They've given us intelligence before 9/11, warning that something could happen. I mean, we can go on and on and on. They're the only country that fought with us against Iran. What's wrong with my camera? Is my camera good? Drop some W's in chat if the camera's good. Yeah, this is just like a political rant. I already told you, this is just like a political rant. If you guys want to come in and debate me about Israel and, yada, 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 because you think Israel controls the world, join that Discord then. Join that Discord. No, Palestine is not recognized as a country by the UN. It's recognized as a nation state. It's recognized as a nation state. It's not recognized as a country. You're an idiot. You might want to learn how to read words and remember what they say. But no, the UN says Palestine is a nation state. They never said it was a country. Free Palestine from Islam and Hamas. I agree. America is a country. America is the strongest country. If any country is a country, it's America. If you wanted to debate me about God, join that Discord then. Don't ask me to prove God. Don't ask me to prove if God is real if you can't prove God isn't real, because that's just a pointless argument right there. Hello, Canada. I hope you guys get rid of your current leaders because they're fucking up. I don't support mass legal migration. No, I don't support any mass migration of any kind, legal or illegal. But can we get to 100 likes? Drop some super chats if you guys have any questions, comments. This is not a genocide that's going on in Palestine, okay? Israel is the Holy Land. It doesn't matter if you're Christian, Jewish, whatever. Let's chat VC real quick, brother. I will join the VC after the stream and we can definitely chat. We can definitely chat, but not on stream. If you want to come on stream, you can drop me like a big boy super chat, like at least I don't know, a $30 super chat. As we get more people coming in here and wanting to hop on, we'll probably raise the prices for call-ins because that's honestly just for a couple minute talk. And if you want to come in for like a full episode, you guys can drop like $100 super chat. We can get you on here for a bit longer. I have no clue about that. Well, Scotland's doing good, but you just better hope radical Islam doesn't get into Scotland. I would love to visit Scotland. There is no genocide going on in Palestine. Do you want to know why? Because the population has grown. The population has risen since the war against Israel. Since the war against Israel and Gaza, the Palestinian population, the total population of all the Palestinians has risen by 150,000. What does that mean exactly? That means more Palestinian women are giving birth than there are people dying. So that shows you right there. The birth rate is higher than the death rate. That's the only way a population can increase. Is that correct? If the birth rate is higher than the death rate? Double tap that like button, guys. You guys always cry and say, oh, why is he charging money? Because I have the views and the platform to do so. So I can run this like a business. And if you want to cry about it and say it's too much money, then I don't know what to tell you. I told you guys I'm willing to do collaborations with you, but you have to join my Discord and go through a vetting process. Once you go through the vetting process and you tell us your story and what you want to talk about, maybe we'll let you on and we can debate for free. Other than that, if you want to do quick call-ins, then we're charging for them. What do I think about homosexuality? I think that it's a sin, but I don't care what you do as far as your sexuality. If you're LGBTQ, that's fine. Just keep it in the bedroom. Like I said, I talk to everybody that watches me. I really care about each and every one of you guys. I love to have honest, good faith conversations and debates. I'm not trying to get a gotcha moment on here. That's not the point of this live stream. I'm here for good conversation. So here you go. There's the link again to the Discord. Join that Discord link right there. Free Palestine, long live Palestine. It never existed, man. I don't know what to tell you. These are just Arabs from other nations that moved into Israel because I guess they wanted to be close to the Jews. Yeah, I love Israel. It's a beautiful place. I care about you. We can talk. We can probably set up a debate. The only people saying free Palestine is either radical leftist or Arabs. So, oh, bootlicker. Anyone that says billionaires actually do more good for society than harm is a bootlicker. Oh no, billionaires pay their fair share of taxes. Oh no, billionaires are making this country great. Oh no, billionaires are creating that device that's in your hand right now that you're watching this stream on. Oh, billionaires created that car that you're driving down the street in. Oh no, a billionaire created the materials for the house that you live in. A billionaire probably created the house you lived in, or maybe a billionaire owns the apartment complex you live in. They pay plenty of taxes. Billionaires pay their fair share of taxes. Double tap that like button. Oh, you guys are getting all upset about Donald Trump, aren't you? Trump is a Christian. Dem voters say trans kids are a major midterm issue. Oh, well, Dem voters don't care about trans kids. They want to transgender all kids. I never said it was a major midterm issue. But debating about it is important. The future of America is the youth, isn't it? If we don't have a youth, then we don't have a country and we don't have an economy. So if you start cutting off all the kids' penises off and saying it's a trendy topic to be transgender, then That's going to destroy the youth of tomorrow, isn't it? And if you combine that with mass illegal alien immigration, yeah, you got an absolutely destroyed country, a country absolutely fucking devastated. Absolutely devastated. But let's get the like sky high. Double tap that like button, guys. Yes, trending. Being trans is a trendy thing right now. Let's be honest here. It's not at its most trendy peak. Being trans was probably the most popular in 2022 or 2021 or 2023, around there. But transgenderism is still very, very trendy. Very, very trendy. Very, very trendy. It's like when people in the 80s and the 90s would wear fake glasses to school because all the cool kids were wearing fake glasses, but none of them were blind. Now all the cool kids in school are being fake women, even though none of them are women. It's kind of like that, but it's just way more weird and perverted. It's like a trend, you know? It's like cool to be that LGBTQ person now, I guess, in school. I don't know how. That seems very weird to me. Very weird. I don't know why you'd want that. I think it would be more cool to be the straight white kid in school that wants to grow up and have a big family and be a doctor or a lawyer. I think that's cooler than wanting to be that LGBTQ kid in school, or cut off your wiener or take hormones. Like when I was growing up in school, it was cool to smoke that green stuff. Now instead of smoking that green stuff, it's way cooler just to take hormones. Instead of taking drugs, they're taking another type of drugs. Instead of smoking that green stuff, now kids rather inject themselves with some of that good HRT. You know, it's like it's a trend. Vaping, that's another trend. I'll say that. Vaping is really bad for the youth. It's horrible. It ain't rage bait. It's the truth. It's the truth. If it wasn't the truth, then why is social media actively promoting transgender creators? And if that's not true, then why is YouTube and other platforms actively promoting transgender videos? Why is that? Do you think it's just a random topic that YouTube decides to push in front of you? You just think it's a random choice that they just, oh, this transgender video got 100,000 views. You think that's just random? No, they want to try to brainwash you. They want to try to, you know, confuse you. I hope hormones aren't included in upper downers and all arounders. Yeah, no kidding. Do I like cinnamon rolls? Yeah, sure. Name 4 countries outside of North America. That's a joke, brother. I've lived in 4 countries in total. So no, I ain't gonna answer your pathetic little joke. I've been to over 20 countries. Why is Trump a good person? Because he's done a lot of good for a lot of people. I actually have, and a lot of my travels are documented here on this channel. If you go back, way back in my YouTube shorts and back in my videos, let's get to 150 likes. If you guys have any questions or comments, then drop some super chats. I see a lot of you guys saying, "Oh, he said he's been to 20 countries and lived in multiple countries. Where? What? Why?" I love you too. I love all of you. That's why I want you to subscribe and like and share. That way we can stay together and be family and talk and whatnot. And I can entertain you guys. Thank you for that gift. I appreciate it. What good has he done? He lowered the taxes. He raised the stock market. I mean, I can just go on and on. You want me to start talking about all the good things Trump has done? He lowered the electric bills. He lowered the gas bills. He's lowered the grocery prices. He's ended about 10 wars. When this Iran war is over, it'll be the 10th war. Um, he's helped a lot of companies in the United States make, a lot of money and hire a lot more employees. We have more jobs right now than we've ever had in history. He's making sure our relationship with Israel stays strong and that they're helping us in the Middle East. He pulled a lot of the extra money that we were giving to NATO out. I wish he pulled all of the money out of NATO. I wish he would leave NATO. These pro-trans people are the same that'll say no affirming care is needed ever, saying you're a woman is enough. It was never about anything but ego. Yeah, they will say no affirming care is ever needed. I mean, that's ridiculous. It is nothing about ego. They have such an ego. They think they can call themselves whatever they want. They basically think they're God. If you're a man and you walk around and say, "Hey, I'm a woman. I've never had any affirming care. I just think I'm a woman," then you have a God complex. You think that you should be able to force me to call you a woman. You have an ego sky high, and you have a misplaced ego. An ego that was about being the best at something and you were the best at something, then that'd be an ego to have, but you have a misplaced ego. Completely misplaced ego. Like, what can I tell you? No affirming care. All you do is put on a dress and say, I'm a woman. How? How does that make any sense? And I know what you guys are going to constantly hit me with. Oh, why does it matter? Why does transgendering kids matter? Why do you care so much? Yada yada yada. You're always going to ask me over and over again. Why? Because some of my closest friends are women, and some of them have to work every single day at a job where there's a transgender woman that's obviously a man that has to come into their bathroom, and that makes them feel uncomfortable, and that makes me feel angry for them. That makes me feel angry that they're put in a situation where they're uncomfortable, where there's 10 co-worker women all in the bathroom, and one transgender woman, a man, comes into the bathroom and says that it's his bathroom and he can use it. That makes me angry for those people when I hear about these situations of shit going on. When some of my family members got violently attacked by some of these people in these communities, it makes me angry. And when some of my friends have been too, and I'm not saying they're all violent, because most of the LGBT is very peaceful and very nice people. But the fact that there are men that think they can go in the woman's bathroom is the main problem. If you think you're a man, you should go into the man's bathroom. If you are a man, you should go into the man's bathroom. So that means trans women into the men's bathroom, trans men into the men's bathroom. It's that simple. It's not even about trans. It's not even about trans, because I changed my whole fucking policy. Now, if there's a group of guys in the bathroom and they're saying they're uncomfortable with the trans man coming in there, then I would change my perspective. I'd say, you know what, we're not going to let that happen anymore. No more trans man in men's bathrooms. But that's not the problem. A man like me that's 6'5" is not scared of a trans man, because they are natural born women. They're built like women. They're mostly 5'3", 5'6", 110 pounds. I'm 6'5", way over 200 pounds. I'm not worried about a trans man coming into the man's bathroom. But I am worried about men in women's bathroom, because men are bigger than women. Therefore, they are more of a threat to women. Women aren't a threat to men. Men are a threat to women. And a man saying that, and a transgender woman saying that all a woman is a tits and a vagina is misogynistic. Trans women are misogynistic. They think all there is to a woman is their genitalia and their sex organs. That's all they think that there is to a woman. So if you really sit down and analyze this, you start to realize that these are actually some of the most misogynistic individuals you will ever meet. But according to the trans community, if I'm working and my woman comes in a room and I tell her to be quiet because I'm working, I'm a misogynist. I'm a misogynist, even though I pay for everything. What do you think of moving the troops from Germany? And what do you think about more troops for Poland? I didn't know we were giving more troops to Poland. I would not like to see us move more troops to Poland, but Poland is a better ally than Germany. Poland is a better ally than Germany. And as far as Germany, Germany, we just moved our troops to pre-Ukraine size. So before the Ukraine war started, That's the troop numbers we're at right now in Germany. We still have troops in Germany, but they're just pre-Ukrainian war troops. You know what I'm saying? Because we moved more troops in the region after the Ukrainian war started. And Poland is on the border. So if anyone's going to be affected, it would be them because they're bordering the war more. So I guess that kind of makes sense. I love Poland, though. Don't get me wrong. I just think that Europe in general is ungrateful of our help. Maybe not Poland specifically, but Epstein was a Democrat. Epstein was a Democrat. That is true. Epstein was a Democrat who supported over 300 Democrats. Chris Hansen, I thought you were a leftist. I thought you were a Democrat. Isn't that why you got me to debate your buddy that wanted me to debate the last time? If you think I'm uneducated, why don't you just join the debate and the conversation? Donald Trump was a Democrat until about, I think, around 2009, 2008. You guys love Donald Trump. You love him, huh? What do you think about Democrats? I think they're horrible and they have horrible misplaced values. Some of them mean good. A lot of them actually do mean good, but they just have misplaced love and misplaced emotion and misplaced empathy. Empathy is not how you build a strong country. I'm a centralist. Chat has bad trans takes. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, Chat GPT isn't a source. It's a computer search engine, AI system, whatever you want to call it. And it can give you sources. It's like I have to explain to people how AI works, but I haven't even used AI today yet. So, but the crazy thing is, I'm not a centralist. I'm center right leaning. I'm mostly on the conservative. I wouldn't even say I'm center. I'm right leaning. But someone else in the chat dropped the super chat and said they're a centralist. I would vote for a Democrat, even though I do consider myself conservative and right leaning. I would vote for a Democrat, like John Fetterman. I would vote for like John Fetterman or someone like that. But join the Discord, guys. Who wants to call in? I mean, Trump supporters can be centralists. I know people that voted for Trump that are centralists. Stupid sexist. How dare you say men and women are not equal, that they're different. That they're different. On a human rights aspect, they're equal. On a skill set aspect, no, they're absolutely not equal. Men and women cannot do the same thing. Now, is there outliers? Of course, there's outliers to the rule. It doesn't mean that women shouldn't try to do the jobs men do. It's still possible for them to do it. But the skill set is not the same. Join the Discord, though. If we got any transgender, women that cut off their ding dongs and they want to tell me why they think they can go into a woman's bathroom, join the Discord and let's debate, because I think that's extremely inappropriate and I would have a problem with that. So go ahead and join that Discord. Love Israel. Love y'all. Someone said love from Israel. Was that a transgender threatening me again? Let's see. Oh, you are threatening me. Oh, cry, cry, cry. Who would have guessed? Another terrorist transgender person in the chats. A transgender literally just said, "Oh, I hope you get swatted." They had the transgender flag in their bio. That's what they told me. Join the Discord. Come talk to me. Been waiting. Well, can I ask you a question since you said you're trans? Are you a trans woman or a trans man? Do I like George W. Bush? Not really. You have to get vetted. Go to the main chat. If you want to debate, Join the main chat and tag everyone and say, I need to be vetted. I need to be vetted. Can transgender men go in the woman's bathroom in your opinion? Yeah, sure. If they look like a woman and they are a woman, sure, why not? Just no men in women's bathrooms. You're a trans man. Okay, interesting then. We've had two conversations. We've had one conversation with a trans man yesterday. Like I said, the trans men are not my problem. I have no problem with a woman coming into my bathroom. I don't care. I'm a man. I'm 6'5". I'm a big, strong man. No one else is gonna get hurt when I'm in there, and that goes for most men that use the men's bathroom. 2028 candidate? Trump! 2028 candidate? Trump! Donald J. Trump, of course. I am 6'5". If anyone wants to put money, if you want to drop a $20 super chat getting me to prove I'm 6'5", I will do it right here, right now. JD Vance, Trump, Marco Rubio, Fred Trump, Trump Jr., Ivanka Trump, all candidates for 2028. Candidate when Trump passes away. Maybe Marco Rubio. I'm kind of siding more with Marco Rubio over JD Vance. I mean, Marco Rubio is Cuban. He speaks fluent Spanish, so I definitely think it would be funny as fuck if we got a super conservative guy that was for mass deportations and he got on stage and started speaking in Spanish and saying, we need to deport all the illegal alien immigrants. We need our Hispanics to snitch on them so we can get them out of this country. You know? I think that would be awesome. Even though I do believe our national language is English, so the president should fucking speak English. But I think that would be funny. I think that would be just a little bit funny. Trump's already going to be president in 2028. So, how is deporting good? Because illegal alien immigrants cost us $451 billion a year. Each illegal alien immigrant's son or daughter going to a public school system costs $18,500 per illegal alien immigrant going to the public school system. Not to mention, they're also getting welfare benefits, food stamps benefits, all these benefits using kids that they had that are born in this country while they're illegal alien immigrants collecting federal benefits. Even illegal alien immigrants that come in this country with illegal parents, they're in states like California, Colorado, and New York, and they're receiving full coverage insurance plans. Full coverage insurance plans, dental, healthcare, everything that they could need on your taxpayer dollars. I mean, how many times do we have to go over this? Have you ever looked at the numbers? Big bearded biker said they're a woman. Nice motorcycle, mom. What? I don't think he said that, ma'am. I don't think he said that. Yes, they are. All the data points point to their negative loss for our country. 20% Democrat approval rating. 20% Democrat approval rating. What do y'all think about that? Did anyone else see that 20% Democrat approval rating out there, or was that just me? Did anyone else see that 20% Democrat approval rating out there? Or was that just me, guys? Anybody? Anyway, join the Discord. Join the Discord. Debate me. We'll get some stuff set up. A radical leftist, transgender loving, furry loving Democrat unalived Charlie Kirk. Sorry, I was looking in the Discord to see if I seen any of y'all. You did not give me $17, brother. Who the hell is talking about they gave me $17? Did someone else just drop a super chat that I missed? Let me make sure I hit them all. No, I got them all. I got them all so far. All top messages? No, let's go back to all messages. I couldn't even read your chat about all the enemies in the Middle East. How is gender a social construct when you don't even have to try socially to be called it? How is gender a social construct when you don't even gotta try socially to be called it? I am not homophobic. I'm not afraid of the LGBTQ anything. What do you want to talk about Epstein? How Epstein got snitched on by Donald Trump? What do you want to talk about specifically? No, all of our enemies in the Middle East is because they scream death to America. If you want to call in, you can drop a $50 super chat or you can join the Discord. It looks like we have a couple people in there already. Y'all are crazy. I get accused of being both homosexual and homophobic. It's crazy. At this point, with no evidence, if you're calling someone a rapist or a PDF file, you got no fucking brain cells. It's safe to say you're retarded. It's safe to say that you're retarded at that point. But can we get to 200 likes? We got plenty of people joining in the Discord. Keep joining in. Let's get some debates going. If we can get some moderators in the chat, that would be fantastic. If we can get some more moderators in the chat, that would be great, you know? No moderators at the moment. That's unfortunate. What you think of Poland? I think Poland is doing a fantastic freaking job with their border security. They unalive any illegal alien immigrants that try to unalive them. We got a lot of freaking spammers and not a lot of moderators are even on here today. Where are all my mods? I mean, like, seriously, where are all my mods? Am I Christian? Yes, absolutely. You guys are spamming. I can't read all these damn messages. Drop super chats if you want me to read something. We don't need mods. This is a free speech platform. You know what? I'll make you a mod, Chris Hansen. That's a pretty based name. I'll just make you a mod, man. If you can cut down some of these freakers, that'd be great. I can't even see your questions because you're spamming. How am I gonna read them? Slow mode it? Should I slow mode it? Okay, we'll slow mode it. Let's see if we can slow mode it. Because I've never been successfully able to slow mode the chat. Moderation activity? What do we turn that on for? What does that do? Oh, that just shows moderation activity. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to do slow chat. I've tried to do it before, but I think it's only available if you're streaming through OBS. I don't care if Trump is a narcissist. You sound like a narcissist. Oh no, Trump is a narcissist. Oh no. I don't care. What is a Trump hot take that you have? Okay, what's a Trump hot take that I have? That's an interesting question. My hot take of Trump? I mean, that Trump could be president again in 2028, 2029, 2030. That's my hot take, I guess. Even though as old as he is, I think he's running great. And I think he speaks fantastic. My hot take is that I think Trump will live to like 120. But the day Donald J. Trump does lose his life, these Democrats are gonna be screaming at the top of their lung, "Yay! Yay!" You're gonna get to see how truly disgusting and evil these individuals are. And I swear, any person that is celebrating on Donald J. Trump's the day of his death, you don't even deserve to be on this earth. Because that you are just a sick, disgusting piece of shit. And you are a loser. And you are incompetent. And your life probably fucking sucks. I don't I haven't seen it with my own eyes, but I fucking guarantee it. I guarantee it. Every single person that celebrates the day Trump dies, you are a fucking loser. And you have basically nothing to live for. But let's get to 200 likes, guys. 200 likes. 200 likes. We can do it. Of course, I still support the best president our country has freaking seen in a long time. A long, long time. If you want to call right now, drop a $50 super chat. We're just gonna go ahead and pin that. We're also gonna take a couple of a few debates once we can actually get moderators in chat to fucking vet these people. We got one moderator in chat vetting these people as we speak. Israel, what's up? Onion Pacific, what's up, brother? Oh, here we go again. A bunch of Gen Z brokies crying in chat. Hey Max, if you're crying about the affordability, how about you get off Discord and you get off YouTube and get the fucking work? Because if prices are so high you can't afford them, then why the fuck are you on YouTube? If prices are so fucking high you can't afford them, shouldn't you be out there working so you can feed your family? Get off of YouTube, Max. If you can't feed your family, then stop fucking wasting time scrolling. But if you can feed your family and you can feed yourself, then sit here and enjoy a wonderful, fantastic, entertaining show and enjoy your fantastic American life. But let's get to 200 likes. And let's say for a second that you guys are right. Let's pretend for a second that the economy is shit, the housing market is shit, no one can afford anything, grocery prices are sky high, gas prices are sky high. Let's pretend for a second that is real, which is not real, doesn't exist. Prices are very affordable. Does not exist. Let's pretend for a second that you guys are right. Would the better mindset be telling yourself, oh, we should just give up, do nothing, just cry all day, become Democrats, become socialists, and blame the Jews and blame Donald Trump for our problems, and we'll go do drugs and smoke weed and do nothing all day? Does that sound like the answer to your problems? If you're saying the whole world is fucked, the economy is fucked, boomers fucked everything up, boomers brought all the property, if you're believing all this kind of stuff, then is that really the best mindset to be pessimistic? If you were optimistic and hopeful for the future and worked as hard as possible, I guarantee you wouldn't be in the predicament you're in now. I guarantee it. I've never met a man working 80 to 100 hours a week that couldn't afford absolutely anything he wanted inside the United States of America. Never met a man in my life that worked 80 to 100 hours a week that couldn't afford anything he wanted other than maybe a $10 million mansion and a Lamborghini. But I never met a man. So prices are good, they're affordable. Either way, your mindset is obsolete. Even if what you were saying was true, it still would be the obsolete mindset to have because you're causing harm to your well-being and your own mental state. So in reality, you're digging yourself in a deeper spiral down. You're blaming everyone for your problems, which is going to lower your self esteem and lower your confidence in yourself. You're blaming Donald Trump, which is going to, lower your hopes and ambitions in the country and what you can expect for your future in the country of the United States. Your entire mindset is just a spiraling downward fucking bullshit. That's exactly why you're a lazy loser, because you sit here, you blame the Jews, you blame the boomers, you blame President Trump, you blame every single person for every little problem in your life. I don't care if it rains today and you get caught in the rain. Don't blame it on the state you live in. Don't blame it on God. Don't blame it on anyone. Look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? It rained today and I'm pissed off that happened. But you know what? It rained today and I'm pissed off that happened. But guess what? That's my fault because I could have driven away from the rain. I could have got my car. I could have driven up north to the northern part of the state, or I could have gotten a plane and flew to a different state, or I could have gotten a helicopter and flown to another place. Every little thing that happens in your life is your problem and your fault. It's not Trump's fault. It's not Israel's fault. It's not the boomers' fault. It's your fault. So remember that. Because even if it was their fault, it's not their fault. But if it was their fault, would saying that help your issues? Would saying that help your issues with blaming them and saying there's nothing you can do because it's all on them? Would that really help your circumstances in life? Would that really help your circumstances in life? We got a fluctuating between 350 and 400 people in here. I'm not going to be able to read all these comments when you guys are spamming. You're going to have to drop super chats if you want your questions read out loud. But make sure you get the 200 likes. It's always better to have a optimistic, faithful mindset. That's the best way I can describe it, I guess. You have to be optimistic about your future and about the future of your country, but you also have to be faithful. You have to be faithful in Jesus Christ, but you also have to be faithful in yourself. But your faith in God will help you with your faith with yourself because you know where you're going in the afterlife. But if you have faith in yourself and you work as hard as possible, anything you could think and hear is 100% possible. That's what's missing in this generation. It's like they've completely taken that away from the younger kids now. It's like once people reach the age of 18 and 19, they just expect to have a house and a job and just been given success. It's never been like that. You got to take responsibility for your own actions. Nothing is given to you. Most millionaires are self-made millionaires. And if you want to use the excuse, well, yeah, they were self-made millionaires, but they grew up in a nice home and they had, someone to fall back on. Well, if you don't have that, you can always build a relationship with some wealthy individuals. And if you become good friends with them, or you just have a good middle class friend that believes in you, they would let you sleep on their couch. They would let you do this, that, and the third. And you could have that same safety net that some wealthy people have, wealthy families have. So there's always a way around it. You can't just make the excuses that, you just can't blame it on everyone else. Most millionaires are self-made millionaires. Anyone in this country that wants to be a millionaire can be a millionaire. You just have to go through the process. It's probably not going to happen most millionaires are made when they're 40 or 50. But it is possible if you want to be a young millionaire, you just got to put in the hard work. Seeing my daughter tomorrow, I worked hard for this. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. That's awesome, brother. Have a good time with your daughter. Why don't you like Israel? Oh, here we go. Communism will save us. Socialism will save us. Being lazy will save us. Someone will save us. One day I will just get lucky and I will just magically get rich and I will magically have money. Y'all are smoking crank. Y'all are smoking crank. Just maybe one day a miracle will happen and I'll be successful. Is that really the Democrats' mindset? Is that really the Democrats' mindset? Is that really the Democrats' mindset? Anyone that wants to be successful in this country can be successful. Now, everyone's not meant to be a millionaire. Everyone's not meant to be a billionaire because most people don't want to take the hard work to get there. Because it's pain. You're going to feel pain way before you even get to that level. Excruciating pain. But double tap that like button, guys. Let's get the likes way up there. Let's get the 250 likes. If you guys want to show some love with some super chats and some questions and comments, I'd appreciate it because a lot of death threats are flying in. So if you guys can show some positivity and some love, that way everyone in chat can really feel this love and this energy that we have for each other, guys. Because this is crazy. Tell Nick Fuentes to debate me because he's wrong about everything. He would get wrecked. If me and Nick Fuentes debated about Israel, he would get wrecked. Join that Discord right there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're coming from, I guess. If you don't want to debate, we can have a good faith conversation, but I kind of consider both the same thing. It just depends how you come at me. Can you be a mod? No, I don't know you. You haven't been in my chats for long enough to be a mod, so I don't know you. That makes no sense, Hotmail. That makes no sense. I think the majority of the country is prejudiced in some way or another. I don't know if you call them racist or not, but they are prejudiced in some way or another. But guess what? The most racist people I've ever met were black people. Yes, they were black. Join the Discord, though. Join the Discord. We're almost to 200 likes, guys. We can reach up easily. Easily. Just need a couple more people. Why are people so obsessed with Trump's personal life? Why aren't we more focused on policies? The Democrats don't want to talk about policies because if they look at Trump's policies, they'll realize that they're great. They're fantastic. Everyone's prejudiced if they're smart, someone says in the comments. Well, that's because crime statistics don't lie, do they? You people are so brainwashed. You don't even know all the good Israel has done for America. That's insanity. That's insanity. Nothing is wrong with supporting Israel. Israel doesn't control our government. No, Israel doesn't do that. Yes, Jesus died for our sins. You're 100% right, sir. I'm a major Christian myself. The job market is fantastic. We have more jobs today than we've ever had in history. Go get one. Go get your dream job before it's too late. AI is coming. AI is coming. Go get your dream job today before it's too late. Before it's too late. You might be in the last couple years of possibly achieving financial freedom, and you're going to waste your time on bullshit crying about the Jews and Donald Trump. Here we go with more of the lovely threats. More of the lovely threats. You know what? I can understand that the majority of the country has no common sense, no hope, and probably no money. But that's on them. I've seen how dumb these people are. I've seen how stupid poor people are, and I don't feel bad for them. If you aren't middle class and you aren't working a regular job like everyone else is, and you're poor, it's probably because you're stupid. Not once I ever seen, unless they're like a child. I've never seen like a freaking smart person that was poor, unless they were incredibly lazy. So, but can we get the 200 likes? Do I like the gas prices now? I could really care less. What, the gas prices went up $20 a month on average since the Iran war happened? Okay. Okay, I don't care. The gas prices aren't high. They're still cheaper than they were when Joe Biden was president. Trump is already going to be president in 2028. So it really doesn't matter what you think. All we got is Epstein, 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 Epstein. We got a bunch of brain dead libtards in chat. Epstein, Epstein, Epstein. Do y'all have any criticisms for Donald J. Trump's policies? The US and Iran just reached another ceasefire extension deal, pending Trump's final approval. Our GDP still has been growing. GDP numbers came out. Our GDP grew. Holy crap, you guys are spamming. Market is up. Market is way up. Can you guys all smash that like button, subscribe, share, share, share? I'm trying to take a look at all the fantastic news that we got coming out. Federal judge refuses to block Trump's order to create federal voter list and limit mail-in voting. The Democrats are screwed. They couldn't redistrict based on race. They're not going to be able to let illegal alien immigrants vote if this voter ID bill passes. They're screwed. They are screwed. We already got them with the redistricting. They can't district based on race. We're already expected to win. Now you put in the fact that voter ID, that we're going to have a voter ID registration on a federal level, and we're going to limit mail-in ballots. Oh, these Democrats ain't going to be able to cheat this election. This is going to be an interesting election. If Republicans win this midterm election by a landslide, all that proves is you Democrats have been cheating all along. All along. That's what it proves. You're already using illegal alien immigrants on censuses, and that's voter fraud. And I know what you're going to argue. Oh, the Constitution says all people. Illegal alien immigrants are not people. They're undocumented criminals. That's their legal classification. People is for law-abiding citizens. If you're not a law-abiding citizen, your legal classification is a legal alien immigrant. That's your classification. And I'm saying that as an immigrant myself. I've lived in 3 other countries outside of the United States. I'm an immigrant myself. Illegal alien criminal bastards are not immigrants. They're illegal alien criminal bastards. They're not immigrants. And you don't get to tell me if they're immigrants or not. You ain't immigrants. You were born here. You never lived in life. I have. Another death threat. I think that's like number 5 this stream. Y'all are hilarious. Do I agree with all Trump's policies? Absolutely not. But do I believe Trump is a fantastic president and the best president in the last 40, 50, 60 years? Absolutely. 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 Am I a Trump supporter? Yeah, I'm a Trump supporter. What do you think? What do you think? Christianity is the right way. Atheism is nihilism. Atheism is nihilism. Come prove me wrong. Atheism is nihilism. Come prove me wrong. Come prove me wrong. No, there is more deportations right now in the first year of any president in history. No president in history in their second term or their first term in the first year have they ever got this many deportations. Ever. Barack Obama in his first year only got 250,000. Joe Biden got less than that. Meanwhile, Trump got 3.2 million deportations on his first year. Or actually 2.2 million, I think. It was in the multi-millions. It was in the multi-millions. No, there's a limited amount of H-1B visas. There's only about 25,000 a year. And we have had net negative migration. We have had net negative migration. So that's a fantastic thing. Barack Obama was quiet, wasn't he? Wasn't he? This is live, and we do need mass deportations. Tell Dean Withers, tell Parker, debate me, spam their channel and tell them debate Euro and travel. Anyone you want to see me debate, if you put enough pressure spamming in their comments asking them to debate me, they will do it. They will do it. If you ask them enough, they will. Who the hell is a race trader? They're talking to the wrong guy. I definitely ain't a race trader. You can debate me for free if you join the Discord, but you have to go through the vetting process. If you don't want to go through the vetting process, then you have to. My moderators are in the Discord right now in the general voice chat. You can go get vetted, debate free. Go ahead, join the Discord, get vetted. There's already about 6, 7, 8 people in there, so you can go ahead and get vetted by them. No more transgender cartoons. Keep the kids away from any sexual cartoons. Any. Whatsoever. I love the Second Amendment. I love the First Amendment. How do I feel about Black Lives Matter? Buying large mansions? Ooh, I want to buy some large mansions. That's how I feel about Black Lives Matter. I feel like they want to buy some large mansions and steal some people's money. That's how I feel. Release the Epstein files. Oh. The files have been released. I don't love LGBTQ people. I love other Christians. I'll show you love. I don't love you in a romantic way. Join that Discord. Join that Discord link right there. Let's get the Discord really booming. I want the most interesting transgender women with the weirdest, freakiest stories that want to come and debate me and tell me why they should go into women's restrooms. Join that Discord because y'all need to wake up. Y'all need to wake up. If we got to debate every single transgender woman in this country and let them know why they shouldn't be in the woman's restroom, we will. Because they are men. Join that Discord. If you have a unique look, if you look different, if you dress different, if you're an entertainer and you know how to debate and you have something to debate about, we're going to push you to the front of the line for free. Or if you're a content creator yourself, if you're a streamer, we're going to push you to the front of the line. So join that Discord link right there. Join that Discord there. If you're a commie, if you're a socialist, go ahead and join. I've been to the UK before. I've been to the UK before. And I don't want to go back. There's too many illegal alien immigrants. I completely understand, man. I appreciate the thoughts. Shout out Canada. I love all your Canadian viewers watching. BLM is messing up this country. They have been for a long time. If you're an atheist, come join my Discord. Let's debate. I mean, I could prove you different. I could prove you wrong, Sleepy. How do you feel about Project 2025? Wow, I haven't heard that since, I don't know, 2025? 2025 is over. Project 2025 wasn't real. They had a lot of good ideas in there that they did use, but no. Atheists are for the low IQ. You believe in nothing with no proof of anything. At least Christians have some evidence of some proof that they're supposed to believe in. Atheists literally believe in nothing. Atheists are mega low IQ. And you know how I can prove that? The highest IQ people in the world believe in God. They believe in Jesus. All lives matter. All lives matter. What's over 50% finished? What's over 50% finished? I don't care if you're a trans man, you can come into my men's bathroom, but trans women cannot go in the women's bathroom because men are a danger to women. It's that simple. That's my opinions. I agree. Calling any politician a god is sad. How come Americans can't go into any country, but immigrants can't go into, huh? Americans can't go into any country. That's bullshit. And immigrants can go into America if they have a passport that with a visa that allows them to. If you're from Europe, you have a passport that allows you to come into America. All you do is have to fill out a digital visa and you can come in. Is it really hard? Do you know anything about immigration? I mean, this is really basic stuff. I guess it feels basic for me because I've lived in 3 different countries outside the United States. So I'm an immigrant myself, so I completely understand it. Join that Discord link though if you want to debate. You know, we're not even going to charge you. Just join the Discord for free. And if you have an entertaining story or you're a good entertainer or a debater, I'll debate with you guys. Non-binary people, they just don't exist. There's not really too much opinions I have on, I guess, because there's nothing to define a non-binary person. If you can't define it, it doesn't exist. Do I believe Trump is like Hitler? Absolutely not. Project 2025 is it's still going. It's still going. What are we gonna do? Oh, I turned in part of the LGBTQ community right there. That's what y'all sound like. If half your friends are non-binary, I think there's a major mental health crisis going along in your friend group. And every single one of y'all might want to have a group therapy session. Join that Discord link. 220 of y'all. 220 of y'all. Trump never did anything to any little kids. You're full of fucking shit. You're a lying piece of shit. And you're a retard. Retard! 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 Trump ain't in them Epstein files diddling no kids. Retards! But double tap that like button, guys. Double tap that like button. I'm retarded, so I can use that word. You're not retarded, so you can't use that word. That word belongs to us retarded people. You can't use that word. But let's get to 250 likes, guys. 250 likes. Obviously, it's just a joke. But if you're offended or whatever it is, I don't really care. Trump never made no sexual comments about his daughter. If you're making his comments sexual, that's on you. You're a fucking perverted individual. Why do Democrats think about PDF file activity so damn often? Woo! Go ahead and join that Discord, though, guys. Do we got any final questions, comments? I'll chat to you, Mr. Fish Supporter. Did you join the Discord? Thank you. Thank you for blessing me. You idiots in the comments have a problem with me using the word retarded, but you think it's perfectly fine for the Democrats to go around calling people PDF files. You are retarded. Look at all these slurs in the chats against me. You don't give a fuck about them. Atheists believe in their own self-righteousness. That means they're narcissists. That means they're narcissists. That's exactly what that means. It means they're narcissists. Narcissists. But you guys are going to want to subscribe because we are not going to we're not going to keep streaming the entire day, but we are going to get off for about an hour soon, and we're going to get someone back on here. We're going to get someone else on here, so that wants to debate. So make sure you guys subscribe and you join the Discord, and you get the likes way, way, way up there. And join our memberships if you want to see our special episodes. You can gift some memberships too to a couple people. Next month, I'll gift y'all 10 memberships. I'll gift y'all 10 memberships. Maybe I can do it now. Let me see. Can I give a lucky 5 memberships away? No, we're not going to be giving a lucky 5 memberships away. All right, guys, I'm going to be hopping out of here now. Definitely join that Discord if you haven't already. Debate, it's a community. We're just open discussion. We're not here to see, we're not here to prove any points or anything like that. We're just here for an open, honest discussion. So if you guys can join our Discord, that would be awesome. Adios. Peace out, guys. I'll be back.